Hey YouTube, it's Hannah Loba. If you want more MotoAmerica content, check out the new and vastly improved MotoAmerica Live Plus app. It's the only place you can catch all the race action in one place all season long. Click the link in the description below.
And it's Ty Scott on pole, nearly a track record, not quite, then Matthew Skoltz and Teague Hobbs, so teammates bookending the front row.
Really good for Teague Hobbs. Corey Alexander, PJ Jacobson, two teammates there running 4th, 5th, and Jake Lewis been on the podium a few times this year. Mesa, Kaliako, and Max Van. What a tremendous effort by him. So David Anthony, Tamburini, and Blake Davis. And then we got Carl Schultes. Gerardo a little further back than we've seen so far this year, and Owen Williams. Nassani, Aiden Sneed making his debut, 16 years old with Big Niece next to him, and then Torrin Collins, Bradley Ward, good to see Bradley back, and Greg. And then we have Enriquez, CJ LaRoche, and Jake Vandal. And then a little bit further back, DeLeon, Ferguson, Ullman, and Chopkoff are going to round out your field. So I like some surprises here. Teague Hobbs on that front row.
When the red lights go off, we're going racing. Supersport race number 1 at Brainerd is underway. And a good launch from the front row, and it looks like the Vision Wheel M4 Star Suzuki of Ty Scott, your pole sitter, is going to get the whole shot, and then his teammate Teague Hobbs will slide into 2nd spot.
Corey Alexander slides at 23 right there up into 3rd, and you can see the other Rahal bikes just slotting in behind Matthew Skoltz in 4th. So we got a big battle of all these teammates up the front with the M4 bikes leading the way. Here comes Corey Alexander. He's going to have a look up underneath, not going to make it, so he's going to settle back. Looks like he might try to do something on the exit there with Teague, but Teague Hobbs gets a good start. He's going to have position as they roll into here.
Ooh.
It's a long way for Corey to go, and now he's probably going to, he's not going to be close enough. But there's PJ Jacobson. He's already made the pass on Matthew Skoltz.
So for Corey Alexander, he gets away with that wide line, a line that not a lot of people had taken. PJ Jacobson tries to go up the inside as he got 4th place, working his teammate Corey Alexander, but the 15 doesn't get it done that time. But the Rahal Ducati Moto with Expel Racer looking to have a go and work his way closer to the front, as PJ Jacobson has definitely been a standout this season. He leads his championship by a slim 12 points over Matthew Skoltz, who's back there in 5th place on the Yamaha R6, the Strack Racing entry.
Yeah, so many lines to that big long right, and as you see, Teague closes up a lot. Straight lines, that right-hander. We come into this very, very tricky tight left segment. Super easy to make a mistake in here. We saw PJ earlier today slide off there. Matthew's going to try to square him up. Didn't quite make it, but we saw PJ slide off in qualifying in that very tight left-hander. Don't see him make mistakes at all very often on the inside, so that's going to wake a couple people up. As you see, Jake Lewis now is trying to start to work on the guys in front of him. Great track here for Jake Lewis, I feel, as well. And so he's working. You see Mesa now has started to bring that Kawasaki closer, and Kayla is just behind Mesa. And for him right now, he's up in the mix with the main guys that have been winning races, and he's fighting right back as they go down into turn 3. He makes that pass on Matthew Skoltz. So not sure what happened to Ty Scott there on that last lap, but
yeah, we missed it because we were looking back.
Yeah.
For sure, though, Matthew Skoltz had to look down on the right side of his bike.
Matthew opens it up. See the roll speed that Matthew carries through? That allows him to get up alongside Teague just like this. And Teague just needs to open up that right-hander a little bit more and carry a little bit more speed through it rather than straight lining it as much, because he's getting to the apex of that right. That's the fact, because they know if they let this guy get out front and get clean air. He ran a series of laps yesterday as Corey Alexander now goes up underneath Teague Hobbs as well. Teague's going to cut it back, maybe on the Ducati rider, and go back by, which he does. Now PJ's going to have a look at Corey as well. So see, Corey went in tight. We're going to look here. I think we're going to be looking at a replay of Max Gerardo running off. So really easy to get down there into turn 3. A little bit too deep, especially after coming from 5th and 6th gears. PJ now slides up underneath Teague Hobbs. Ty Scott is going to look for that window as well, as Corey's been just shuffled back to 5th. Jake Lewis, an interested observer, trying to figure out what he's going to do with all these guys as well, as Teague fights right back on PJ, but he just can't quite get through.
You know, Jason, a bike that was developed, and down he goes. Too much lean angle for Ty Scott. So after the big win, the Vision Wheel M4 Star Suzuki rider started to go backwards, asked too much lean angle, too much from the front tire, and sends it into the gravel trap.
And Greg, from our vantage point, I can actually see that corner, and it looks like if you look down there, you'll see he's just a little bit further out wide than normal. You can see he's out there not quite on top of that curbing and loses the front.
Looked like he hit that bump, too.
Yeah.
It is now a 133.467 by Matthew Schultz. As the number 23, Corey Alexander, goes up the inside of Teague Hobbs. That's for third position. As now Corey, if he can make this one stick, he's going to try to go after his teammate, but Teague Hobbs fights right back.
Yeah,
but Corey's going to go up the inside.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Corey's going to be able to do that to him.
We know that Brainerd International doesn't require a very hard compound tire like the racetrack we were at last time, MotoAmerica, where they brought everything because that track is only 2 years old on its asphalt. But a good battle brewing here between Stefano Mesa, Tytler Cycles, Kawasaki.
This is where Kayla, I think, can do something with him, though. If she gets in that draft, she can try to get up the inside here of Stefano, see if she's close enough to actually make it. Yeah, she is. So she got a good run out of that last corner and goes in and through turn 2. Now she's going to kind of block the right side. Good solid racecraft from Kayla. Hannah.
He's beating his teammate Tamburini right now, and he's looking at a possibility 4 points in his first race.
Look at this battle, though. This battle here, I said it a lap or so ago, Corey is going to take another shot or another run here at Teague Hobbs. We got the white flag, Greg, so wherever Corey is going to decide to do it, he's going to have to make a pretty quick decision. He's got a lap to try to get it done. They're going to be coming out from underneath that bridge. There they are now. You know, the thing is, I think he's got to get in the draft of Teague and get closer to him in turn 2. And Teague's faster here. I mean, he's obviously very, very fast.
Yeah, his bike's definitely hooked up. Can you get in a draft if you're like kind of leaning over and turning? Is there still?
This is one of the few tracks that I ever raced where you can actually feel the draft in a corner. So like you can actually feel it there through turn 2. So for Corey, I think he's getting into the spots where he's going to have to try to make something happen. Might happen out of turn 5 through and into turn 6. So they're running down to turn 4 right now. Corey's kind of got that thing set up a little bit wide. And let's see if he rolls up on him in the middle of turn 5, tries to do something in 6. He ran a little bit wide there, so I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. It's not close enough. So just a little bit wide in 5, and that kind of hurt him. Or 4, rather, sorry.
This will be huge, though, for Teague Hobbs and the Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki team, as Teague has really struggled this season. And, you know, a little down in the mouth when I talked to him a couple of races ago, and this would be a huge shot in the arm. But to say what it means to have Graham Rahal here and the Rahal Ducati Moto team for Corey Alexander coming back off an injury, it would mean a whole bunch. We're on the last lap as Matthew Schultz on his way to take the checkered flag, as the battle on the right part of your screen is the battle for the final spot on the podium. It's a comfortable race win for Matthew Schultz, and the battle still rages on for third. But to the line comes Schultz. What a dominant victory for the number 11 on the Strack Racing Yamaha R6. And what's left for Corey Alexander? You can see the wear on the right side of the tire. Not going to get it done. So it'll be P.J. Jacobson over Teague Hobbs. Corey Alexander in 4th. And look at this battle. There's the 171 of Torrin Collins. 98 is Sneed.
And he's going to, Aiden Sneed's going to get points in his very first Supersport race. So Aiden Sneed ends up 12th over Torrin Collins 11th. Aiden Sneed, Nassini.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things I heard from PJ in that interview, was the fact that he had to push so hard so early. He wore off a lot of that tire, and then once the race ticked away, he just couldn't get any closer to Matthew Schultz. So it's certainly something that he's going to look at overnight, see what he can change and adjust for tomorrow, not have to work it quite so hard. But
the results are 8.4 over PJ. Teague Hobbs back on the podium. Alexander Lewis, Yakov Mesa, Anthony, and Davis.